Tommy Robinson leads public demonstration over government policies sparks heated debate. In a scene that has drawn both national media coverage and strong public opinion, activist Tommy Robinson led a peaceful public demonstration in a central British city this week, drawing attention to growing frustration among a segment of citizens over current government policies. While turnout was modest, the symbolism and the rhetoric used during the gathering triggered a wave of reactions both of support and criticism from across the political spectrum. The protest, which unfolded without incident, aimed to highlight dissatisfaction with the direction of national leadership, particularly on issues like immigration, law enforcement, and economic management. However, the most debated aspect of the demonstration was the focus placed on the Prime Minister and broader political leadership. Let's break down what happened, what was said, how leaders and the public have responded, and why this moment matters as Britain navigates a tense political climate. The demonstration, which was announced online days before it took place, saw Tommy Robinson joined by a group of several dozen participants who gathered in a public area with signs and banners calling for change. The event remained peaceful and was monitored by local police, who ensured it adhered to public assembly laws. Robinson delivered a speech emphasizing concerns over what he described as a disconnect between everyday citizens and the political elite. He claimed that many working-class Britons feel unheard and dismissed, particularly regarding border control, community safety, and national values. Importantly, the demonstration did not advocate violence or unlawful activity. Participants voiced strong political opinions, but law enforcement confirmed that the event complied with regulations governing peaceful protest. While the tone of the demonstration was passionate, the underlying messages touched on familiar political themes that have been circulating for years in the UK. Border control and immigration. Robinson and several speakers criticized what they view as lax immigration policies, suggesting they contribute to social tensions and economic strain. Political accountability. Protesters expressed frustration over what they called career politicians, accusing leadership of prioritizing party interests over public welfare. Freedom of speech. The demonstration also framed itself as a statement in support of free expression, with several attendees claiming that their voices are marginalized in mainstream discourse. Throughout the event, speakers called for greater public engagement in political processes and emphasized the need for policy changes through democratic means, such as voting and civic participation. The response to the demonstration has been sharply divided. Supporters praised the protest for bringing attention to under-discussed concerns, saying it represents a growing segment of the population that feels ignored by traditional political structures. Critics, however, were quick to question both the tone and the messenger. Several political commentators noted that while protests are a healthy part of democracy, the framing of certain issues during the event risked stoking division rather than encouraging constructive dialogue. A spokesperson from a major political party responded, saying, "Everyone in Britain has the right to peaceful protest. But responsible leadership means offering real solutions, not just amplifying anger." Others in the public sphere urged for calm and reflection, pointing out that the country is best served when differing views are debated respectfully and through appropriate democratic channels. This demonstration is about more than one person or one protest. It's a reflection of deeper tensions in British society. Economic uncertainty, cultural change, and mistrust in political institutions have all contributed to an environment where more citizens are taking their concerns to the streets. While some see these public actions as vital expressions of democratic freedom, others worry that without careful messaging, they can lead to further polarization. That's where the line between protest and provocation becomes important. The UK has long upheld the right to free speech and peaceful assembly, but it also emphasizes responsible civic engagement, something that was largely maintained during this recent event, according to official reports. With the next general election on the horizon, public sentiment is becoming more vocal both online and offline. From cost of living pressures to debates about national identity, Britain is experiencing a moment of political reawakening. Whether figures like Tommy Robinson will influence the broader national conversation remains to be seen, but their presence underscores the importance of listening carefully to all segments of society, even those whose views may sit outside the political mainstream. Political leaders, activists, and voters alike are now tasked with asking the hard questions. How do we address real grievances without turning politics into conflict? And how do we keep the democratic spirit strong while making space for disagreement? As the country continues to wrestle with questions of identity, leadership, and policy, one thing is clear: the conversation is far from over. What's your take on public demonstrations like this one? Do you believe they help move the conversation forward, or do they deepen existing divides? We'd love to hear your thoughts, share them in the comments. If you found this breakdown insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay informed on all sides of the story as we continue to bring you balanced, fact-based political coverage.